Hello YouTube, it is Champion DJK coming at you yet again with another video, and this is gonna be a long one, so grab a coffee or a beverage or whatever, sit back, and we're gonna go through, I think I counted, if I counted correctly, there's 77 Hot Wheels mainlines we're gonna open up today, and that is going to get a little wild. Yeah, and lengthy. I'm going to try to keep it somewhat as short as possible, but we're in it for probably at least an hour today. So you can watch this in multiple parts. If you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. I do tons of diecast content, not just Hot Wheels. I grabbed these out because I feel like we need to have him here just in case. I do have the 3 Ferraris. We're not opening those today. I did this in another video. These things are pretty sweet. Love them. They're great. I'm glad Ferrari's back. We're not going to be opening any Ferraris, of course, in this particular video because of that. I will also try to tell you what case code each one is from, even though I don't know or don't have that memorized. I have not been doing a great job this year, or really in any of the recent years, of following what's what with case codes and stuff like that. I used to do it religiously, and nowadays I really do not. We're going to crop in just a little bit here. But yeah, so we should probably, as I'm adjusting my camera live, of course, as I do often. I'm sorry about that irritation. But yeah, we're going to get right into it. Let's do it. Let's get these Ferraris out of the way for now. And we got to get to cracking some cars. All right. Where to begin? So I kind of organized these a little bit. So let's start right up here. So we're going to start with the Mazda 787B. This casting has been out for a little bit now. According to the back of the card, M cases is where this particular one was pulled out. I'm not going to be able to tell you if that's the original case of it or not. But here's the Mazda 787B. I really do like this one. I think this one is great. It's a good tooling. It's cool. I think they did a good job with it. Like it, copyright date on the bottom is 2022. That gives you an idea of when the casting first came out, probably 2023 mainline. So it's had a few versions. It's enjoyed, I believe, a Super Treasure Hunt as well. So that's pretty cool. But I definitely dig this click casting. Nice race car livery. It's kind of very similar to, it's an homage to a real livery. So that is pretty awesome. We'll set that over there for now. Next is the Ford GT. It's the Ford GT LM is really what this is, in Borla exhaust in the modified set. This came from an N case in black. Open that up. We're going to have a pile of blisters here. Matte black finish, gold tires, details on the sides and top, which gives you details on the headlights. That's cool. Copyright date on the bottom of this casting is 2015. That gives you kind of an idea of how old the tooling is. And all these should be from 2025, by the way. I don't think I have anything from 2024 cases. All these are going to be 2025 mainlines. That's a pretty nice one. All right, next one, we get the other color of this. This was J case. So this was the earlier one. And here this is in white, so that's the recolor for this year. Looks pretty good. I think I prefer the black and red one, though, over the white and red one. But very nice indeed. 2 little models. Kind of loosely collect this casting. I think it's a pretty nice tooling. We're going to have to go way back because we got way too many models today. So that's very cool. Another casting I collect is the Datsun 240Z. And this is a nice one. It's in the Art Car series, so it's got a T on top of it. It's got like the cherry blossoms or whatever on the side. Looks pretty good in blue. Not bad. So we got it in this kind of pearl blue. This casting's been around for a while. Copyright date on the bottom is not listed on here. A little bit odd, but yeah, it's been around for a while. I can tell you that. I've got a bunch of different variations of it. It's come out in a lot of different ones. That was your H case. This is the M case in pink. Recolor of it. This one gets blue windows and blue rimmed wheels in pink. Looks pretty nice. And then we've got the red edition, the Target Red Edition in, of course, red. And that's cool. And this was found in J cases as a red edition. Which one do you like the best? I don't know. I think I actually kind of like the pink one the best out of the three. They're all cool, and glad to add them, of course, to my 240Z collection. Definitely digging those. We'll just set those back there. We'll follow that up with, we've got the Gordon Murray Automotive T.50S J case. When you start to look at how many cool models come out from Hot Wheels each year, it's kind of impressive, is it not? I mean, this is kind of a cool one, right? I think it looks cool in this blue with black. The casting, copyright date 2024. I believe it actually debuted in 2024 in orange. Maybe it was actually this year in orange. I just don't have the orange one here because I think I opened it in a previous video. But I do have the red edition of it right here from N-Case. And definitely preferring the red edition. That looks pretty cool. Kind of an interesting design for a vehicle. It's got like that turbine thing in the back. It looks kind of crazy. But Hot Wheels mainlines are pretty awesome, man. They really are. And clearly, as much as the premium stuff as I buy, I obviously buy a ton of mainline cars, considering what we're looking at here. Here's another Gordon Murray. Murray Automotive T.33. This is from N-Case, new model for 2025. Oh yeah, so I guess that Gordon Murray did come out in 2024 because there's no new model thing on it. So here is this guy in blue, brand new model. Kind of an interesting looking car. Very, it's kind of like 90s looking, almost. 90s, early 2000s. So, new model for this year. I think it's cool. It looks good. It's not bad. Whatever. It's basic. It's not that exciting, but whatever. All right, the Zinger 21C in orange. Open that guy up. J case. Not new for 2025, so 2023 copyright date. So yeah, I think this one came out last year. Kind of an ugly car, if I'm honest. I don't really like it. I'm sure it's super fast, but not really my thing. Let's put that over there. And then following that up with the McLaren W1. This is a new for 2025 model. G case. This is what it appears to be. Another kind of hypercar in orange. You can kind of see that I organized these a little bit. So we get like hypercar kind of things that we're opening up right now. A McLaren. Not the prettiest McLaren. Looks very kind of futuristic, but it's kind of ugly. I don't know that I dig it too much. It's not a beautiful car. I would not call it that. It looks fast, so there is that. It's a McLaren orange, of course, and looks pretty decent. All right. Then we got a Pagani Utopia, which the Pagani is a beautiful car. The Utopia is a pretty good looking one too. This is from M Cases, and it's in blue. By the way, we're going to get a mess of stuff. So there's always paint on this bottom rivet, and it flakes off, and it gets everywhere. This is copyright date, I think this came out in 2024. The copyright date's 2023, so I think this casting debuted in 2024. You guys will let me know if I'm wrong. Looks pretty good in blue. I prefer it, I think, in the original, like, kind of off-white champagne-ish color. I think it was a little bit cooler, but as always, you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. And digging that one. Next is the Koenigsegg 2020 Iesco in yellow. This is another one I think that came out last, before that. 2020 is the copyright date on it. In yellow. It looks pretty good in yellow. I don't think that Hot Wheels did a very fantastic job of capturing the essence of the Jesko. It just doesn't look as, I don't know, as cool as it does when you get it like a detailed 1/64 scale model of it. In my opinion, I mean, you guys might differ, but I really thought this car was ugly until I saw a model of it that was more accurate, and then I liked it. I liked it more, better. So yeah, there's that guy. Oh, we got another one in blue. M case. Did I tell you what case the yellow one was from? I don't know if I did. It was an E, according to the back of the car. I think it looks a lot better in this kind of icy blue color than it does in yellow. I don't know, what do you think? I think so. Still, I just don't think they captured the essence of that car. So some of the casting, I think Hot Wheels do really, really, really good, and some of them are, I don't think, as good. 2018 Bentley Continental GT. Cool one in like a John Player Special style livery, which I always love. It's definitely a livery I dig. Looks pretty nice. The casting debuted, we're going to say 2021 based on the copyright date. And that's always a little bit of a guess. It could be 2020. It could be 2021. Usually the copyright date is like a year behind, depending on when it comes out during the year, so I should say. That's a nice one, though. Nice little race car. I'm going to put that over here. Digging that. And then we got another one in a John Player Special style livery. This is the BMW 635 CSI, and this is new for 2025. H case. I keep forgetting the cases. This was an H case too, by the way, that Bentley was. So this is a brand new tooling. Pretty nice. I like it. It'd be interesting to see what it looks like in different colors and stuff, with a different deco on it. But I am digging that. And you can see, so copyright date, actually don't have one on the bottom of this, which is weird. Usually there's always a date on the bottom, or a year, I should say, not a full date. But this one's got the clear headlights. It's kind of hard to see because it's like black on the interior, but the headlights I think are part of the window piece, and they are actually like, they're clear. Kind of see it there. Pretty cool. Digging that. We're gonna go set that over there by the other one, and then we got another BMW 2002. I like this casting. I'm a fan of it. G case in yellow. This casting's been around 2011, so that's an older one. Older tooling. Nice tooling, though. I definitely dig it. It kind of sucks not having the detail in the front, but I get it. It's a Mainline. You got the BMW, well, sort of what represents a BMW logo there. Kind of nice. I like the wheel choice on this one. I think is good. Let's grab the other one. There's another one here in blue. So here's the one in blue. Different wheels on this one, too. This one is from N case. Kind of interesting that they changed the wheel type as well. That not always happens on a, it doesn't really happen that often, I don't think, on a recolor, but same graphic design, just a recolor of it. Again, having the detail in the front and the back would be so nice. And Matchbox really does that very well. A lot of times they will put, they will favor detail, headlight, taillight detail over putting graphics on cars. So we'll put the BMWs over there and move on. Ford Escort in this crazy kind of pearlish purple color. M case. Compact Kings sub-series. This one's a pretty cool casting, and it's been around for a long time. So copyright date 2015 on the tooling itself. Not my favorite like color combination. You've got purple and orange and yellow, and it's not my favorite. But the car is really cool. I think the casting is done fairly well. Like, the design of it is pretty neat. So, I'm not complaining about that. We're going to set that over there. And then, Cadillac Project GTP Hypercar. This is pretty neat. We've seen it, I think, in yellow already. So, we've had mustard. Now we got ketchup. This is M case. This was a new casting for last year, 2024, I believe. Yeah, that jives with the copyright date. Kind of cool. They got the holes in the tooling there. Looks pretty neat. Yeah, I like it in red. I hope they put it in some sort of racing livery. I don't know that they have yet, right? I don't think they have. They should. That would be awesome. But we're going to set that guy over there. Now we got some cool ones here. This is new for 2025 casting. I believe it is the third release in the mainline of an F1 car. This is a Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team, and I believe all the F1 toolings for the mainline are not unique. I think they're all the same, but actually that might not be true. I'm starting to think that it's not, and we don't have another one in this pile to look at, so I'm going to see if I can just grab one real quick, just to verify. I got one from the 5-pack. Well, here, let's do this Red Bull one. I think these are the same. Yeah, they are. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought they were the same. I just wanted to make sure. So the F1 tooling, so when it goes to the premium Hot Wheels, the premium F1 stuff, the toolings are unique and accurate to the racing team. Therefore, for the mainline stuff, though, they are not. So it's going to be just this tooling. But it is a brand new tooling for 2025. We've already seen it in 3 different race teams and plus in a 5-pack already. So they're getting some mileage out of this F1 tooling, and I love it. I think it's great. I think it's really cool. So let's go set that guy right here. Nice detail on that model as well. Then we got Formula E Gen 3. License McLaren and Neon. This is really cool, too. This is in L case. This is not a new casting. This has been out for a bit. We'll look at the date here on the bottom. Of course, 2023, so I guess it debuted last year. That would make sense. That's cool that this has, like, that little thing right there, too, in the back of the card. Just realized that. So here's your Formula E. Not as cool looking as the F1 car, but still pretty cool, right? I think it's neat. This one you get a driver in the, you get a driver in the seat in this one too. I didn't realize that. This one actually sits lower to the ground, and so does the wing, which I like. The one thing that bothers me about this tooling is how high that front sits up off the ground. That makes it look a little bit weird. Other than that, it's really cool. I don't know if they try to make it able to be used on track or not. This casting is fantastic. This is the 68 Lotus Type 49. This is the 3rd release of this. So this casting debuted last year. It's the first release, I believe, this year, and we get it in this red, and it is just cool. I really like this tooling. I think this thing is just super cool. And I believe the base is actually metal. I think it is, yeah. It feels metal. Can't remember exactly, but yeah, it's definitely metal. I got a chip in the paint. So Base is metal, body's metal. The exhaust and engine and stuff are all plastic. But this thing is, that thing is really cool. I really like that tooling. That was one of my top picks for last year. All right, which pile, 1, 2, 3, should we go to next? Let's do 1, I guess. We've got a Honda VFR 750R RC30, new for 2025. I don't normally get motorcycles, but dang is this motorcycle cool. It's just cool looking. Very cool motorcycle. And yeah, 1987. 80s motorcycles are pretty awesome. I think that this is just really neat. So I had to pick it up. The only thing that bothers me about the motorcycles, oh, that's awesome. They put a kickstand on this one, so it actually stands up. I don't know if that's normal for the motorbikes, but that is great that they did it with this one. The only thing I don't like about them is how scale crazy they are. I mean, obviously this is way bigger than 1/64 scale, and that makes them a little bit goofy to collect with your cars, but still kind of neat to get a Hot Wheels of this motorcycle. You know, kind of neat. We can set it right there, I think. It works, I guess. All right. Speaking of odd vehicles, then we got the Tesla Cyber Quad. This is new for 2025 and is an M case model. And kind of a tan. I didn't realize that this thing had mixed wheels. But I guess it kind of makes sense. But here's your Tesla Cyber Quad. Kind of an interesting vehicle. The only metal part on it, actually the base is metal. So the base is metal. This little black part is metal. Everything else is plastic. Kind of cool. Oh, and I do also have it in its like standard Cybertruck color as well from E-Case. So we got those two right there. Kind of cool. For you Tesla fans, you'll enjoy that one. Another kind of non-traditional vehicle here, the Morgan Super 3. In almost golf colors. This is a new for 2025 model. Funny thing is like Matchbox also put out, I don't know if it's the Super 3 or what it is, but it was a Morgan and it's a 3-wheeler, I think, as I recall. And theirs is cooler looking, I think, but it's very kind of close to this. I think it's a slightly different model. I can't really remember off the top of my head. But this thing is kind of wild, almost golf colors. Not sure on that, but it's all right. Kind of ugly, if I'm honest. Then we got a DeLorean, DMC DeLorean, Hot Wheels Art Cars. This is H case. I collect this DeLorean casting. Of course, DeLorean, of course, is one of my favorite cars of my childhood as well. I'll Back to the Future, of course. That's why this car, really holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts, especially people that are my age. And this casting's been around for a while. 2009. Decent. Set it over there. Bugatti EB110 in purple. This casting's great. This is from M Case. If you're lucky enough to find this thing with Spectraflame paint and rubber tires, you've got yourself a super treasure hunt. This, of course, is not the Super. I have not found a Super. Would like to own the Super, though. That would be a good one to get. This casting debuted, 2020 is the copyright date, so 2021 now already, which is crazy to think it's even that old. I thought it feels like it just came out, but it's cool to get it as a super treasure hunt. Of course, this is not the Super, but it does look pretty good in purple. Definitely digging this one. Mini GT's got a version of the EB110 too. It's fantastic. Really digging that. All right. This is kind of an odd one. I do buy unlicensed car. Well, I don't know if you can really call this unlicensed, but this is the Mattel Dreammobile Hot Wheels Celebration Racers. This is from J-Case. I don't know the history of this, but it's 1945, 80 years of Mattel. Kind of cool, right? Copyright date 2019. Really? Has this been out before? I don't remember it ever being out. But I guess I would have never paid attention to it except for the striking red with the 80 on it. Kind of a cool looking car. Definitely, you know, of the era that they're trying to portray there. Looks like a drawing of a car more than it looks like a car because, you know, it's not a real car. So kind of a cool design. Very interesting. Unless maybe, so it's copyright date 2019 on this one. That is throwing me because I really don't remember it being out before, but I guess why would I? You know. All right. And then speaking of stuff that's fantasy, this is the Coupe Clip. I get all these. All the keychain cars. Always get them. Anytime I see the keychain cars in the store, I get them. Why? Because I'm crazy. And I'm like, oh, it's a keychain. Eventually it'll go in my keys. But usually I put the Porsche ones on my keys. But this was the first design of the keychain that came out. And it is kind of neat. Kind of resembles like a key fob almost from a car. But that is kind of cool. Color scheme on that one's not the best. But this is sweet. Porsche 911 Carrera Clip. I love these. I think these are so cool. By the way, that one was L case. This one is J case. I think these are so cool. I've got like the Zamac, just the Zamac one of this on my current set of keys. It gets, oh geez, it gets banged up pretty easy being, you know, attached to keys. But it is really neat. I really dig these. I think this was a genius idea. And I swear, anytime I see this in the store, I pick it up. I like hoard it. So I got a problem. All right. Speaking of Porsche, though, we got a Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolet 2025. This is a brand new casting, and it is really cool. This is from N Case. Kind of a cool color combo, too. The pink interior is a little bit weird, but the like maroon color of the body of the car is really neat. And this one actually has a copyright date of 2025. This is sick. I think this is my favorite one that we've opened so far. Would be this Porsche Cabriolet. Definitely a contender for model of the year for Hot Wheels for me. Clearly this. Yeah, I really like this. Plus, you get the detailed headlights. That's great. Not a no, you get the. Oh, you do get detail back there. It's just hard to see. So they got the detail in the right places. I really like this. I really like that. All right, let's set that aside. Another one that's pretty cool is the Porsche 911 Rally. If you're lucky enough to find this one with Spectre Flame paint and rubber tires, you've got yourself a super treasure hunt. Of course, this is not that version. This one in forest green. Is it cool, though? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to get the basic. I dig it. Casting's cool. Debuted last year. Came out in the Mainline last year, this tooling. Definitely want the super treasure hunt of this one. For sure. This and the Bugatti. Would love to have. But very cool model. Very, very cool. I'm digging it. I think it's great. And we'll set it over here by the other Porsche, which you probably can't see now. I think we're out of the shot. All right, another Porsche. Last one, I think. Last for Porsche. This is the Porsche 904 Carrera GTS. This casting, I believe, also debuted last year. This is an M case. And yeah, 2023, so yeah, last year. I think this is the coolest version of it, though, so far. I like those wheels on it. I think they look neat, and I love this color scheme, or this deco. I think it looks awesome. So you let me know what you think about it, but I think this looks quite good. I'm a fan of this one. Just looks quite good. Love it. All right, we're going to move that over by the other Porsches. Over there. We're staying a little organized today, which is nice. All right. Now we got Mercedes. This is the 89 Mercedes-Benz 560 SEC AMG. Wild wide body. J case. Interesting color on this one for sure. Very weird, like a smoky gold, just a weird color. Very weird paint color. The casting debuted in 2023, and I think it got was out in silver or red first. Was this the super right away, or was the super the second year? I think it was the super last year, but it debuted in black, actually, now that I think about it. Very cool tooling. Definitely dig this one. I think it's great. The color on this is just very interesting. You got a little booger right there. But the color is very weird. Very, very odd. Like in direct light, it looks gold. But at different angles, I don't know. It's weird. That's all I can really tell you, is it's freaking weird. Tan interior. I can tell you it's got a tan interior. That's the other thing I tell you. Cool, though. Might want to pick up another one because I don't like that booger on the front of the car. But pretty awesome. We'll set it like over here, I guess. And then move on to another Mercedes. This is the Mercedes-Benz 500E M case. I believe this one debuted, this casting debuted last year. No, way before that. 2020 is the copyright date. It did come out last year, I think, though, in a green, or maybe earlier this year in a green. And I love this casting. I think they did a great job on this Mercedes. And it just looks like a solid mainline car. I think it's very well done, very good. So definitely one of my favorites of the last couple of years. This tooling has been just really nice. And they always do it, too, with just the straight, headlights, taillights. We don't get any goofy graphics or anything, and that's my fave. That's my fave. So I am digging that Merc. Following that up, oh, we got another one. So here it is. This is the Target Red Edition, and they gave it like a maroon, a more like metal flake maroon F case. Target Red Edition. And again, it looks pretty nice. They add that red right there in the tampo. I mean, super cool. Super cool. All right, we're sticking with kind of Euro stuff, right? We got an Audi. Audi Avant RS2, 1994 flavor. G case. In white. Again, another really nice, clean model. We got headlights. We got taillights. And zero to complain about. It's so nice. Gloss white. This looks really good in white. That's hard not to like. Is it not? Hard not to like for me. I think it's very, very nice. All right, we're going to go set that. That's 4 really nice, solid models in a row. Now we've got the Jaguar Mark 1, which this thing is pretty cool. This is in the race day set. It is M case. It's a flat blue. Little issue with the tampo right there. Like the front of the car. That looks really cool. I mean, not much to say about this model. This model debuted, I think, last year. Yeah. So 2023 is the date, but I believe last year was the mainline debut of it. Don't really recall what color it was in at first, but look at how many cars we've opened up so far. Well, I have enough cards for a mail-in for sure. All right, next is the Jaguar XJC V12 Coupe, and this one is a new for 2025 model. In N case, I love the color scheme on this one. I love the tampo, the deco on it is really cool. Just love it. I love that retro design. It's just so awesome. Retro graphic design is just lovely to me. Big fan of that. Big fan of retro graphic design. that look. I just really enjoy it. There's no copyright date on the bottom of this, but we know it's it's new for 2025. What the hell is that back there? Are those speakers? I don't know what that is. What is that? Anybody know what that is? That is a bit weird. I don't know what that is. I guess I'm not familiar really with the car. But it's clearly, or maybe I am, it's just, this is clearly like modded out. I just like the color, the graphic scheme. It's fantastic. It's really cool. All right. 2 or 3. Let's go with 3. Ooh, we got some Hollywood cars. So Optimus Prime, we're going to start with. This is new for 2025. And of course, people go crazy for this Transformers crossover, right? We got Hasbro working with Mattel. Look at this thing. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's okay. This like blue looks very toyish back here. It gets retro slot wheels, which is cool. There's the Optimus face. It's to drag his face along the ground the whole time. It's a cool cab over truck. You know, I'm glad to have it, but I'm not like super turbo excited about it. But I do think it is kind of neat that they did it. And yeah. I don't know. Let me know what you think. You digging that? A lot of pop culture fans, you know, people that really like that. Speaking of that, 1966 Bat Boat, another new for 2025 model, and we get a retro Batman thing, and that is the Bat Boat. Had to pick up one of these, why not? 1966, I think, is when the show was out, according to the back of the card I'm looking at. The Bat Boat. Classic Batman. In the dark blue Batman, not black Batman. Not, you know, like a black bat, which makes way more sense than blue, I guess. This is when Batman was a little bit more cartoony and maybe a little bit more lighthearted, right? I definitely preferred the darker Batman, but this is pretty nifty. I think this is, yeah, it's all metal. No, it's not. Plastic on the base. Actually, this whole bottom part is plastic. For some reason, I thought it was metal for a second. Top part's metal. It's got, of course, the little tiny wheels on the bottom, so it can roll. Because it won't float. I'll tell you that. All right, I think that's the only Hollywood stuff we have, and then we've got a Nissan Skyline GTR BCNR 33. In this kind of cool livery, HKS style thing. G cases. Looking pretty awesome, I will say. Dig it. Casting's been around for a bit. 2017 copyright date. Cool car. Popular tooling. And that's all I got to say about that one for now. All right, next is the 2025 Mazda MX-5 Miata Hot Wheels Dream Garage. This is the Legends Tour winner in green. I don't think green was the color of the actual car. This might be a recolor. It's a pretty wild-looking Miata. To me, it's kind of Mad Max-ish, but ugly in a way. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Sure, it'd be fun to drive. So there is that. Well, a neat look. Very Hot Wheels looking. So, pukey color. I don't really like the color. Next is the Mazda RX-7 Drift, 1995. And again, this is a cool, decent casting, but the color scheme on this is kind of barfy. I don't really like it. J-case. I almost didn't even pick this one up, actually. And now, like, looking at it now, I'm like, really, why did I? 2020 copyright date on the tooling. I think we should just move on from this one because I'm not going to really say too many nice things about it. So we'll set it right there. 1973 Honda Civic Custom. This one is from M Cases, and I think this is also available as a Super Treasure Hunt, right? I think this one is. And again, I'm terrible at keeping up these days. This casting's been around for a bit. 2022 copyright date, so it's only like 2 years old. 2023 is likely the first it came out. Love the front end on that. Looks great. Graphics on the side. This is a pretty cool looking car. I mean, it's a nice looking little Civic. I do think this is available as a treasure hunt, right? I think it is. Special flame paint, rubber tires. You guys will let me know if I'm wrong. Which I might be. I might be in this case. But we'll set it right there. It's a nice looking tooling. And then, of course, we got the modern. So this was in the Then and Now series. So now we get this. Cool that they do this. Same livery. Like, same graphic design, but we got the old versus the new. And I will tell you, this is from FK's. I definitely prefer the old than the new. Definitely more excited about the old one than the new one. Although, the graphics on this are good. The headlights look pretty good. Nothing in the back. This would really benefit from the back being tampoed way more than this one would. There's just a lot more going on back there in the newer design. Casting's been around 2018 is the copyright date on that one. We got to keep her rolling here. Another Honda City Turbo. This casting's been around for a bit. F case. Is this a regular treasure hunt? Oh, it is. I didn't even realize that. Congratulations. We got a treasure hunt. Woo! The Honda don't really care about treasure hunts. But it is cool when they actually have them, you know, they're real cars. Copyright date 2017. So, hey, we got a little treasure hunt here. Cute little car. Kind of neat. Woohoo! Treasure hunt. All right. Lamborghini Huracan Strato Red Edition J case. Digging that. Such a wild car. Very cool car. Not the prettiest Lambo. Looks good though. In black, silver, and red. It looks meaner. Yeah, it's cool. Casting's been around, debuted last year, right? Yeah, 2023 is the copyright date. So that's when we first saw the casting, and now we get it as a red edition, which is cool. Target exclusive. All right. Lamborghini Miura SV. J case. Gold and black. Casting's been around for a little bit. 2017's copyright date. It's also enjoyed a Super Treasure Hunt release in orange, which I actually do have. But you get it in black and gold this year. And they did an okay job on the Miura. I just don't like how how crazy offset the tires are, and it looks a little cartoony and all that jazz. I mean, there's a lot of other companies that have put out a better looking Miura. So this casting I didn't really care for too much. We'll set it over there. All right, then we got two colors of this, I believe. This is the Ford Model A Custom 31, new for 2025. And I really like this one, actually. This is from M Cases. So we get it in this green and kind of muddy, rusty look. Rusty look is more appropriate. And then we also have it in this red. Ford Model A Custom. This is H case. Let's pull them both out here. I definitely prefer the green one. I think that one looks cooler. But I actually like this casting quite a bit. And what really makes it is the wheels. The wheels make it look almost premium. Those almost look like they could be rubber. Would have never thought I would like this casting, but I really actually do. And that's kind of fun. So I dig that one. I think that one is cool. Let's go set it over here. All right. Why did I get this? Oh, probably because it's a red edition and I bought it as a set from a friend. So 68 Corvette Gas Monkey Garage red edition J case. I really could live without this casting. I don't really care. I mean, Gas Monkey Garage, I never really watched the show or anything. I don't know anything about the actual build of this Corvette. I'm sure it's cool. But livery-wise, I mean, it is whatever. So I'm actually setting it way back here, you know, off camera. We don't even need to look at it anymore. Corvette C7 Z06. Another casting I could kind of live without. This is an L cases. This is like one of the ones why did I even bother picking it up, really? It's not that they did a horrible job on it, but the offset tires, it looks a little bit out of proportion. Being on a wide angle lens here a little bit makes it even look worse. But, this casting's been around for a bit, right? 2016. How long was this one out? 2016. All right. Well, 2016 was just the year of the Corvette then for Hot Wheels. Corvettes I didn't care about. All right. Custom 53 Cadillac. This is kind of a cool tooling. This is from G-Cases. She just flew out of the package. Copyright date 2008 on that. I did not know that this tooling was that old. It's got a weird, like, what do they call it? Soapbox racer or whatever in the trunk, which is kind of weird. I like the design of this. I think it's cool. It's kind of got a lowrider pinstriping kind of thing going on, which really I could live without. I'd like it just better in a solid metal flake blue. I think it would look prettier, but I don't know. You guys let me know. You be the judge of that. Oh, everybody's favorite, not everybody's at all, but a lot of people's, the 83 Chevy Silverado in Hot Wheels Hot Trucks. This one in blue. H-case. This casting is still ever so popular. It's a square body. Are you sick of square bodies yet? Some people are not. Some people are. Casting's been around. Well, this is copyright date 2021. But it was like retooled or something, right? Why would it say 2021? Do they like re-copyright date it? I don't know. Somebody let me know. What's the difference? I know they have metal-based version, plastic-based version. I don't know. Something's got to be different about the tooling. I'm guessing that they had to get reapproved. It's your square body. Not the best colors for this. This looks like it should be like a winter release almost, like they got snow on the tires. You know, kind of both of these look a little Christmassy. Little winter release. So that's a bit whatever. Viper. 2013 SRT Viper. Then and now. This is M case. I dig a Viper. It's the 2013 flavor. And actually this is one of my favorite Vipers, is these kind of the ones that still kind of maintain a curvy structure right there. So this is copyright date 2012. The casting's been around for a bit. Nice clean looking Viper. You know, it's kind of appropriate. It's got the headlight detail, the racing stripes, all that good stuff. I dig it. I think it's cool. And then we got another Viper. This would be the more of the now, right? Or what? This is, no, this is 96. So this is the then. So this is 96 Dodge Viper GTS. New for 2025. So brand new Viper casting. And this one is J case. Good job, guys, on this one. I think this one looks great. Again, you get detailed rear, the stripes, and detailed front because the headlights are basically tampoed from the top. And that allows them to make this thing look pretty decently premium, considering the fact they can do the rear surface and they can do the top surface, and by that get the headlights. That's great. So I like that one. Big fan of that one. That is very cool. All right, we're at our last stack. We'll try to go as fast as we can through this last stack. 67 Ford Mustang. I think we got it to muscle here is what we're really getting into. This is going to be J case. Ford Mustang. Been around since... Not on the bottom, so I can't tell you. It actually looks good like that, though. It's kind of like all blacked out with the white stripe. Gray rims. Ford right there in the hood. Matte black hood, which is cool. I actually like this one. Out of all like the versions of this tooling that have probably ever come out, this is a really good looking one actually, in all black like that. That is pretty striking. Another Mustang, 71 Ford Mustang. Funny car. If you're lucky enough to find this one with Spectra Flame paint and rubber tires, you've got yourself a super treasure hunt. Looks like for H-Case. There's something funny. Original releases of this tooling had a metal base, I believe, and a body that flipped up. A funny car. And then they retooled it for having a plastic base, and obviously there's no more flip-up body, which is okay. That's kind of cool looking. I like it's definitely something funny. I mean, cool graphic design. I think it's cool. The Super actually looks really cool too. I wouldn't mind having that one. 67 Shelby GT500 H-Case. Kind of a boring one. Not sure why I've grabbed this one, to be honest. This one is, again, missing the copyright dates. I don't know what's with the Mustangs missing copyright dates, but... boring, orange, black, striping, white vehicle. We're just going to set it right there and move on because we're at 50 minutes. My goal was to try to hit an hour here. So 69 Mercury Cyclone in red, H-Case. So a lot of these muscle castings we're finding they're not new, right? And they're missing copyright dates. What's the deal with that? It's a little odd. And the Fords so far that we've had, I don't know. It's not a bad casting. It's kind of a cool looking car. I've always liked the way this car looked. Color's not bad. Some pinstriping and stuff. Could live with or without, but not bad. Here's one I like a lot. This is the 73 Pontiac Firebird. Big fan of this one. And this is an M-Case model. Again, not a new casting. This one's, I think, like 2013 or something. I want to say, let's see. Oh, 2011. Big old back wheel, small front wheel, so the offset tires are a little bit exaggerated on this model. But it's a casting I collect, so I'm happy to get it. The chicken on the hood there. Decent color scheme. Pretty good mainline. Nothing too crazy. Let's set it right there. All right, and Chevy El Camino from the Fast and Furious. Pretty nice model. This is from H-Case. So we got one more Hollywood release, it looks like. This is actually a really good looking El Camino casting. I quite like it. And I think it's, well, copyright date's 2022, so it came out maybe 2 years ago. We're going to say 2023. Man, my voice is starting to dry out here. It's a lot of talking. Detailed. Yeah. It's nice. It looks good. The satin finish looks good. It looks kind of premium-ish. It's a good design tooling. I like it. I like it quite a bit, actually. I think that's a really nice El Camino compared to a bunch of the other El Caminos that have come out. All right, 68 Dodge Dart, Compact Kings. Did we hit any new castings in the muscle car arena? I don't know. F-Case. I don't know why I picked this one up. It's been around for a while, right? Do we have a copyright date on this one? 2021, so I guess it's not that old. It's got drag strip looks, so that's cool. It's purple. Sparkly purple. Let's set it right there and move on. Dodge Challenger. This casting's pretty decent. 71 Dodge Challenger. G-Case. Hemi Orange. Casting's been around for a while. Well, it says copyright date 2024, but I know this casting's been around for a long time, and I think they just got it maybe re-up the copyright or had to redesign something. Something got altered on it. When they do that, they do not call it a new tooling. They just make whatever subtle change needs to be made to the tooling or maybe retool it. I'm not sure. And then they have to re-license it, it looks like. So hopefully that's an easy process for them. Otherwise, why even do it? But I don't know. Decent one. It's like, all right, moving on. Another one. Dodge Hemi Challenger. This one is H-Case. So this is a slightly different tooling, right? Yeah, so this is different. It looks very similar, but it is different. Wheels are a little bit of an odd choice for this. I don't know if those are appropriate for a muscle car, but you guys let me know if I'm way off base on that. 2006 is the copyright date on this one, so that's been around for quite some time. Might be the oldest casting that we've looked at today. This might be it. I haven't really been paying that close of attention, but I think this is the oldest casting so far. You guys that really know Hot Wheels in the comments should be able to figure that one out. All right. 2020 Dodge Challenger Hellcat. And if you're lucky enough to find this one in Spectre Flame paint and rubber tires, you find yourself a super treasure hunt for N-Case. Casting's been around. 2020 copyright date. It's pink. What else am I going to say about it? It's not the coolest looking. The Super actually looks pretty cool, though. The wheel choice on it's pretty neat. So I kind of dig the Super. I'm not going to seek it out or really probably even buy it or anything, but I did think it looked kind of cool. So there's that. Oh, we only got a few left, guys. All right. Hot Wheels Ford Transit Connect and the Hot Wheels vans, the flower delivery. I almost did not get this one. My throat's really going now. If you guys made it all the way through this, that's amazing. M-Case. Oh. Congratulations, this symbol means you got yourself a treasure hunt. We got a regular treasure hunt. Well, isn't that special? Feels like it's a plastic body, but it's not. It's metal. Plastic base. Casting's been around for a while. 2019 is the copyright date. And wow, we got not a super. We got a regular treasure hunt. At least it's a licensed car. That's cool. Where's the Circle Flame logo? Isn't there always this? Oh, there it is. Right in the flower. Right there. Look at that. It's cool. Whatever. Moving on. Little Red Express truck. 1978 flavor. This one is H-Case. It's alright. Cast has been around for a bit. 2018 is copyright date. It's a nice tooling, though. Really nice tooling. Not my favorite graphic or color scheme for this particular model, but it's not bad. Looks pretty good. Here's a Dodge I really like, or Chevy, sorry. This is a 1975 Chevy Blazer Custom Red Edition N-Case. That's cool. Dig that one. I actually found a ton of these in the wild. I picked up way more than I should have. Grabbed them in case people needed them, yada, 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 and I shouldn't have because I bought a ton of them. This one is 2024 copyright date, so I thought this one was like a newer casting. I think it probably debuted last year, so this was probably a later last year release. We've got some weird goobers inside of there. Looks like I could probably pick those out, but I'm not going to bother right now. Obviously, we're at 58 minutes here, but pretty cool tooling. I dig it. Another red edition, the VW T3 Custom. Same case, I think. N-Case. Found a ton of these as well. Very interesting model. Very cool that Volkswagen allowed them to do this and license it. I think that is really cool. And I believe this one was also, I think, debuted at the beginning of the year. And maybe this debuted. No, it didn't, because it would say new for 2025 on it, wouldn't it? I don't know. You guys let me know. Maybe it debuted last year, end of last year. That could be. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. We only got 4 models left. Another van, the Renault Espace F1. I have no idea. New for 2025. So this is a brand new model. J case. She's pretty ugly, if I'm honest. I mean, this thing is ugly. It's cool, though. But it's just ugly. I want to see it in another color than this yellow and black. Kind of an interesting thing. I know nothing about the actual little van, so I'm going to have to look it up and figure it out. But kind of interesting. We got to go way back here. All right. Volvo 240 Drift Wagon in the Wagon series. N-Case. This casting's been out for a little bit. It's got the dogs in the back. In the drift wagon. Michelin themed, which is cool. Casting's been out for a little while now. 2022 copyright date. Not much else to say about it other than it's kind of a crazy little Volvo Swedish. And it's kind of neat. 2 models left. We got 2 new models for 2025. The Lotus Cortina M-Case. Very cool little car. And they're really getting deep cuts now with some of these new castings. A little vintage racing look on this one. Definitely a cool little car. Beige. Really neat, actually. I like that little casting. That's cute. And a car that I never really knew existed either. So that's kind of neat, too. And then another car before they came out with it, this Maserati Schmal. New for 2025. The second color. First came out in red. I've already opened it in a different video. Another massive mainline video. But this one in black looks pretty awesome too. And it's another car that like I did not know existed really if it wasn't for Hot Wheels. So that's always kind of cool. When you can learn something about cars and car history and stuff like that. That's always pretty neat. Let's take a quick look at the sea of Hot Wheels we have now. Sitting out here. All these we just opened. Like I said, I think there's 77 models here, so quite a few. You guys let me know what your favorite is. If I had to pick a favorite quick, and we might as well do that. I think I'm stuck on this one for sure. That's my favorite. New for 2025 models so far, maybe aside from the Ferraris. The F40 is a really cool one. But this is definitely up there. Very, very nice. And that should be it for this video. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you lasted this long, bless your heart. Have a great day. Talk to you later.